This West Virginia women's basketball team could potentially be on the verge of a historic season at WVU. Coach Mark Kellogg has them on a great run right now. But why is it historic? Well, you stay tuned, I'll tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up? Welcome into another edition of Hoops from the Hills. My partner, Mountaineer Paul, was not able to join me today, but I wanted to get on here and give this West Virginia women's team some flowers, give them some love, give them some respect because they deserve it. They have been playing lights out basketball. They're currently on a 7-game winning streak. They're 20-2 overall, 10-2 in the Big 12, ranked 22nd in the nation, which, by the way, is way too low in my opinion. And they're ranked second in the Big 12 just behind Oklahoma. They have a chance to do something special. They've already done a few things that are special, but they have a chance to do even more that's special and have the opportunity to have a historic season in Morgantown. Let's start off by talking about a couple of the players that are making this such a special season. Number one, it starts with J.J. Quinerly. J.J. Quinerly is averaging 19.5 points a game for West Virginia, which is 30th in the country. And by the way, she's a junior. She has one more year of eligibility remaining. So that's something to keep in mind. She could be back next year. She's not just a scorer. She also gets it done on the defensive end of the floor. As a matter of fact, she's so good defensively, she is on the watch list for the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year award. Impressive. Why is she on that list? Well, probably because she's 7th in the country in steals with 73, which is good for first in the Big 12. She's also 9th in the country in steals per game at 3.32. And we can't forget her backcourt mate, Jordan Harrison, the point guard. And I'm telling you, folks, I'm really impressed with Jordan Harrison. When I watched West Virginia women's play, this West Virginia women's team play, I'm so impressed with her and her ability to handle the basketball. She can flat out break the defender's ankles. She's so good. She's so quick. She's good off the dribble, can blow by people. Like I said, can make people look flat out silly with that ball in her hands, and she can score the ball as well. She's averaging 13.5 points a game herself. And she leads the team in assists with 122, which is good for 25th in the country and second in the Big 12. And by the way, she's also not too bad on the defensive end of the court. She's 18th in the country in steals with 62, which is good for second in the Big 12 behind Quinerly. And she's 20th in the country in steals per game with 2.82. Now, there are two other players on this West Virginia team that I want to talk about as well. That's Lauren Fields and Kaya Watson. Now, Lauren Fields is a three-point shooting specialist on this team offensively. She ranks in the top 50 in three-point shooting nationally, and she's averaging 11.2 points a game for this Mountaineer team. And then Kaya Watson is 4th in scoring, averaging 8 a game. But the interesting thing about Fields and Watson, not just the scoring part, but they are 3rd and 4th in the Big 12 in steals behind Quinerly and Harrison. So West Virginia players are 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the Big 12 in steals so far in this 2023-2024 season. That's pretty impressive. And that shows you why they're sitting at 20-2 and 10-2. Now, when you talk about the team overall, again, it just starts with defense. They're 2nd in the nation in turnovers forced per game at 24.64, 2nd behind only Niagara. So that means they're the number 1 among all power conference teams in forced turnovers per game. They lead the nation in turnover margin at 9.41, and the team who's in 2nd place, Ohio State, is a distant second at 7.78 turnover margin. This West Virginia team is 23rd in scoring defense nationally and 2nd in the Big 12, allowing only 56 points a game. So they're just doing a great job shutting teams down. They are so good defensively, they actually have held 2 opponents scoreless in the first quarter of games. It's my understanding, based on what I read, I would love to give credit to who wrote it, but I can't remember. But I think they're the first team in history to do that, is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But do not sell this team short on the offensive end. They are good offensively as well. They're 19th in field goal percentage nationally at 46.91, 23rd in scoring offense nationally, and second in the Big 12 at 78.6 points per game, and they're 7th in the country in scoring margin. Now, some of that is them creating offense from their defense. I understand that, but I just told you, Quinerly's averaging 19.5 a game. Harrison and Fields averaging double figures a game. So they can score the basketball. They can shoot the basketball when needed. Now, why does this run they're on right now have the potential to be historic? Well, first of all, they have 7 more games left to play. They're 20-2 with 7 games left. They could finish the regular season 27-2, which would be one of the best seasons in school history. They've reached 20 wins. This team has reached 20 wins faster than any team ever in West Virginia women's hoops. So Mark Kellogg, in his first season with the program, has achieved that milestone. And I mentioned the 7 regular season games. They also have a postseason to play. And because of the way this team plays, they have the potential to make a deep run in March. Obviously, we have the Big 12 tournament where they have a chance to make a run. And if they can win 30 games, they would be only the second team in West Virginia women's history to do that. The 2013-2014 team under Mike Carey finished that season 30-5. They have a chance to make a run in March. And if they could even do it in the Big 12 tournament and reach that 30-win threshold. They also, if they can make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, have a chance to be only the second team in West Virginia women's history to make the Sweet 16. The 1991-92 season under legendary coach Kitty Blakemore reached the Sweet 16. It's the only time in school history that's happened. Now, Mike Carey made it to the second round 9 times while he was at West Virginia between 2001 and 2022. But only one team has made the Sweet 16. And the style of play this team plays, they press from the opening tip to the final whistle. And from watching that Press Virginia team that we had under Huggins with the Javon Carter and company, we saw how much trouble they were in March, especially when you get into the NCAA tournament with teams who are not familiar with you, who haven't played you before, who may not know how to prepare, and with the format of the tournament where you only get one day off between the first and second rounds and then again in the third and fourth rounds, it's hard to prepare for a team that plays with that style in just one day. So that gives a team like West Virginia an advantage because they don't really have time to prepare for that full court press from start to finish. It's very unusual. Most teams aren't able to do it. They don't have the personnel to do it and don't have the depth to do it. Well, this team does. And so far they wrote it to a 20-2 season and a 10-2 mark in the Big 12. And I think their best basketball is yet to come. Be sure to tune in and watch them play Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN Plus as they take on the 18th ranked Baylor Bears, who, oh, by the way, are 6-5 in the Big 12 and 17-5 overall. Now, you tell me how they're ranked ahead of West Virginia. I'm listening. But nonetheless, this West Virginia team has a chance to prove some people wrong, to earn that respect by winning on the court, and it all starts, or it continues, I should say, this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Big 12 Now, on ESPN Plus, part of the Big 12 Now network. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this women's team. Also, don't forget to follow Paul and I on social media, on X at Paul Mountaineer, for Paul and myself at Couz 206. We love to interact with you over there. We also have a Hoops from the Heels Twitter account, so go check us out there. It's at Hoops_Heels. Don't forget that as well. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to go check out my website, Couz'sCorner.com. There are a lot of great blog articles over there about this women's team and about the men's team, as well as other sports at West Virginia University. I appreciate you guys tuning into this episode, and I'm done.